Hello and welcome to Gen 4. We are here at Auto Club Speedway, and we are here in a new season of iRacing and a couple of updates for this car. We had the draft adjusted, and so what better place to try that out than a 2-mile track here at Auto Club. I guess the better place would be, I don't know, Super Speedway, but it always was a little bit different. Because those tracks are supposed to have a lot of draft. For tracks like Auto Club and a lot of the intermediates in the Gen 4, places like Indianapolis as well, it was just over the top. So I have not seen yet what the adjusted draft looks like, but hopefully looking pretty good. And we're going to find out here soon, right after we get done with qualifying. We have the number 2 car in this lobby of a 2.9K strength of field. Not too bad, we didn't have that many people sign up. But still enough higher I ratings, I guess, to get a solid strength of field here on Tuesday night. I'm thinking that I want to run the high line in 1 and 2. And then run bottom 3 and 4. That's kind of what I was finding in practice. And we'll see if that's what works out best for us here in the race session as well. Alright, get in there pretty fast, but not too fast where the car doesn't want to grip up. Oh wow, that really snapped more than I expected on the exit. That was very unfortunate. We're going to bleed a lot of time here. We're going to run the high line 3 and 4 this lap to get another run to the line and see if I can't smooth it out a little bit next time around, because I was not a fan of that. We'll still get a somewhat solid lap in here on the first lap in case second lap goes much worse, but I definitely want to try to do a little bit better than that. Does feel like we have a little bit less grip. Not too bad. That wasn't even much better. I had to lift a little bit. Probably second guessing myself too much and probably would have been fine just finishing off that first lap. But here we'll do the low line 3 and 4. I do think that will be the better way to go about it, although feeling like there's a lot less grip here all of a sudden. That felt like there was a lot less grip on the bottom than I experienced in practice, so maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. That first lap ended up being faster anyway. So hopefully that lap wasn't terrible, but I definitely feel like I could have done a little bit better. Let's see here. P2 at the moment. Pretty solid gap between us and third at the moment. 1 and 2 cars at the top there. Did I just overdrive in 3 and 4? Is that what happened? I'm thinking maybe the track is a little bit hotter than it was in the practice session. Because that definitely felt like we had less grip on the bottom. I definitely could have done better though. I feel like if I had just been a little bit smoother, hit my marks a little bit better. Let's see what it looks like in 3 and 4 here. Around the top. I don't know. Compared to last lap, the bottom was still better. I guess that's a good problem to have, right? Maybe we'll have multiple lanes this race. And we'll have a lot of good side-by-side racing. Looking like we were probably going to start P2 unless someone swoops in last minute. We'll do a practice pit stop here. Did a couple of those in practice as well. Feeling okay about it.
officials are telling us they won't
Alright, that
accept
should
the
be
way you're
just
driving.
fine.
Your lap times will be deleted.
I did find out that you can scale the UI a little bit more. I don't know if it's noticeable, but I did adjust some things a little bit. Oh, well, I was going to adjust it some more maybe, but you got kicked out because it's time to race. But you can adjust the UI a little bit more, scaling, so iRacing listened and fixed it in a patch right away, so credit to them for that. I appreciate that, and a lot of other people appreciate it as well, because I know a lot of other people were talking about, you know, some of the UI elements maybe a little bit too small, so I increased a couple of things. I still would like to adjust some of the individual things, like maybe make the connection here a little bit bigger, because you got these tiny little letters, tiny itty bitty little letters here that aren't really easy to pay attention to at a glance. So if one of the bars is bouncing around, you know, I'd like to know, is it my Q bar causing an issue, or is that like the, I don't know, force feedback dancing around? I don't know. It would be nice to kind of get an idea if I'm blinking in the race at a glance. Let me make sure my settings are all correct. Everything looking good here. I guess we'll lower this a little bit. I don't know if we're going to use brake in the race. We could end up having to use brake. So I'll lower that.
60 laps. The track temp is 97.
That little lag before we jump in. But here's I noticed this was not quite equal with the black box.
2,968.
That again. Yeah, I think that's good. It was gonna bother me if that wasn't quite equal along the top there. But was able to scale this up a little bit with the rest of the UI, which was nice. That was something I was hoping for. So I can have a good peripheral look at that RPM. Very useful in certain cars. 60 laps here, 36.7 estimated on a tank of fuel.
Can we go?
Got some people not going, it sounds like.
Race car speed is 71 miles per hour.
So, force feedback, what do you guys think? It feels really, really good in this car at this track. It's like they changed something.
I was thinking so too. Before it was so numb, but I didn't hear any patches, but I'm finding that it's a lot better now.
Yeah, me too. More detail, for sure.
That's another thing I was going to talk about. The force feedback's feeling much better now, much more reactive. I didn't see any patch notes about it. I might have just missed it, but it is feeling really good. So I've got my steering ratio at a more comfortable number, the 12-to-1 that I run in just about everything. I didn't have to bump up my my feedback really at all, so that's also good news. Much appreciated. Makes me wonder if it was just like broken before, and then iRacing was like, whoops, and then fixed it and hope no one would talk about it. But talk about the race now. 60 laps of Gen 4 racing coming up. Gonna have to be careful on the throttle. Get this thing going. I need this guy not to run you over if possible.
The next car's the leader. Inside. Clear. Car inside.
Right.
Still there. Stay high. There's a car
Gotta
on
be
the low
smooth.
side. Clear inside.
Fall into second place here. Now hopefully be able to take care of the tires a little bit. Try to use some of what I've learned in this car. Whoa, that got sideways a little bit. Okay. The one driving out to about a half-second lead already. There's the 7 diving in a little bit. That's fine. Kind of ended up a little higher up the track than I wanted in that second lane, but that should be okay. Actually using a little bit of brake, and I didn't expect to. Just to make sure it gets down to the bottom, so I'm glad I did adjust that force feedback. Or not force feedback, sorry. The brake bias Not sure how strong the draft is anymore, but I'm going to assume it's still better than
P2.
not
Just
draft.
40.40. You've just done a 40.43.
Still going to try to not over rev it. Something I learned in the league races was that I was just really bad about overdriving this thing in general. Trying to use what I learned in the league races and apply it here in official as well. We're doing pretty good right now. We've got a little bit of a gap back to third, even if the leader has gotten out to a little bit of a lead. I think I want to break a little bit earlier into one. Try to get this car down to the bottom. Stay off that right front a little bit more. The hope is that maybe we can save tires a little bit better than the leader. Maybe catch up to him after a little bit, but we'll see about that. He seems like he's pretty darn good with the fastest lap and about 1,000 more iRating than me. I'm going to go ahead and take the shortest way around because he's pretty far away at this point. The 11's not too far behind us. Really interesting to see how the handling goes. The car feels pretty tight to me. But then again, I had that loose moment. So I really don't know what I'm talking about with this car. We'll see how things end up handling-wise. Levin's catching up to us, though. He might be looking to get around. I think that I'll just have to... I think I'm going to be okay with that.
Outside.
Gonna get to our outside. Gotta make sure that we give him room.
Go low.
Hopefully he gets this done quick. I don't want to sit side by side for too
Go
long.
low. There is a car on the high side.
That lap was a 41.14.
Stay low. There is a car on the high side.
Trying to let him go.
Clear up top.
There we go. Alright. File in behind him. Almost looked like the leader was a little bit sideways up there. Might have been just a trick of the corner, though, in the banking.
P3. The driver in front of us is David, car number 11, B license, and their rating is 2.5.
Right now the car's feeling pretty good. Trying to go real easy on it. We've made it further than my first race of the season already. So I guess spoilers if you haven't seen my ARCA video. But it did not go well, unfortunately. Not much you can do about that whenever guys take the the option out of your hand to finish the race.
Just done a 41.09.
Hoping we have a little bit of better luck in this one. So far, so good. Watching the 11 drive away a little bit, but only lap 9 right now. Oh. Well, we might be in second place. We're not watching him drive away anymore. Will he return? Will not appear so. I do believe he has been banished to the Shadow Realm. That's really unfortunate for that guy.
You're back in
Yep, updated. We are now second place. So our next target is the leader again. I'm hoping that we're doing a good job saving our right front. Just about halfway through this run, and I did notice we gained about a tenth on them in the past couple of corners. We're going to need that to start paying off soon, though, if we want to make up that gap again by the time we need to pit.
Okay, Colton, that's good consistency.
We're going to be saving tires. We'll probably go a little bit longer. And then be able to feel the freedom of going a little bit harder in the second half of the race. Plus, hopefully not getting caught out by any yellow flags. Yeah, there's the official confirmation of that guy losing connection. That really sucks. He was having a great run. As the 11 car for sure being P2. Been there before. Right now, we gained a couple more tenths again on the leader. Gonna start getting a little bit more aggressive on exits, I think. Let's try to start eating into this gap a little bit. Seven's not too far behind, about 1 second, and then we got an additional second back to fourth. Feels like I'll gain a little bit on the one, and then it's almost like I lose a little bit on the one. Kind of goes back and forth. See, it looks like he had like a faster 3 and 4. So that's interesting.
P2.
I wonder if at any point we try running up the track a little bit, try running that higher line. I know it works pretty okay.
That sucks. That got freaking booted.
Yeah, I saw that, man. That sucks.
That was running good too.
Indeed he was. He's back in here, but he's going to be so many laps down. He would need this race to really go to hell in a handbasket for him to get all the laps back. And so far, it's looking like we're doing pretty darn good as a collective, keeping this race green. I wish I were gaining more on this one, but it's not really looking that way. He's been able to keep pace and still keep the tires on it for the most part, it looks like.
It's now 1.32.
It's looking like he's using up the whole track. He's actually gaining on me again, so I don't really know what to do with that information. It's a little bit too early to try experimenting running higher, I think.
Keep it up.
Got about, we're about halfway through this run still. 15 laps is a decent bit of distance on a 2-mile track. Apologies if I'm sniffling a little bit as well, by the way. I'm trying to think about it, but it's kind of subconscious.
Time was at
I'm
41.17.
dealing with allergies. Been kicking my butt lately. Kind of still doing this dance where like we'll gain a tenth, we'll lose a tenth on the one. Seems like generally he's maintaining just fine
Lucas
though.
ahead is now 1.79.
I think he's got a really good handle on exactly how he needs to approach this. Because it looks like he's getting the car yawed out a little bit near the exits. Really using the whole width of this very wide track. It's running a little bit higher in 1 and 2 as well, which is interesting. But 1 and 2 I feel like are some corners I'm actually maybe keeping equal with him. I don't know if I want to change what I'm doing there.
The gap to Tanner behind is now 1.80.
Almost feel like I gave up a little bit of that gap trying to save some tire, and it really didn't benefit me at all. I'm not really finding that I'm able to crawl back much. I'm gonna take a later apex there.
The gap to P1 in front is now 1.68.
Really looked like he got sideways right there, but it really doesn't seem to be slowing him down much.
That was at 41.23.
That dude lost it in front of me. That sucked.
Somebody lose it, sounds like, but no yellow. I think that was the 5. I saw his car on pit road. He must
Okay,
have
Dalton, you've got half your fuel
spun
left.
and it didn't bring out a yellow. Might have been out of the exit of one of the corners and got on the apron. That kind of makes me feel even more so that might be a good idea to stay out longer. We're finishing up lap 20 here. We've got about 19 laps of fuel in it.
Good consistency. Keep them coming.
We're down to 1.4, 1.5 in front of us on the relative. That's the lowest it's been in a little while.
The gap to Lucas ahead is now 1.60.
Looking forward to maybe doing some green flag pit stops here. Hopefully we get that far.
That was at 41.36.
Got 2.2 behind us, so doing good on that gap to third still. That's a 4,000 I rating guy, so you feel good about that. Yeah, the 1 just seems like he's better in 3 and 4 than I am, and then I'm gaining a little bit in 1 and 2. Very interesting. Obviously, we got the same setup in a fixed setup series.
Ahead is now 1.58.
I feel like he's running the same line as me in 3 and 4.
Yeah, but you gotta fresh tires now.
Maybe I could be a little more aggressive on the throttle.
I don't think so, but maybe.
Grips up a little bit more. Oh, I think he just got the wall right there. Don't think so, though, because he still gained a 10th on the front stretch. It was probably just prediction code. He
Not
certainly
sure if
didn't
it
lose
gave
any
me pressure
momentum.
once when I rebooted or not.
Got that gap down to 1.3, but I'm just not feeling like my approach was exactly what I needed there. I just lost too much time trying to go easy early. That even though I feel like I'm gaining back a decent bit at this point, At least at times, I don't know if it's enough to justify the time I lost. So I think we'll go a little bit longer, and then
That last lap
push
was at
just a little bit
41.45.
harder for this second run as well. Try not to lose as much early in the run. See where that takes us. Interesting to see when the one pits. Now he could just be running to a pace as well.
1.56.
He may not be trying to gain anymore, and maybe he's got more in the tank than he's showing. And me thinking that I'm catching him is all in my head.
Lucas, car number 1 is leading the race.
It's always a possibility.
41.44. Alright, Colton, lap times are pretty consistent.
I feel like I'm probably under driving 3 and 4. Try to push it a little bit more right here, but that just made me slower, I feel like. You can see we lost like a whole tenth trying to push it there, so... I don't know, maybe I'm just overthinking it. They did adjust the size of the Delta bar too, by the way. It's actually really nice. It seems like a lot of the things that I had pointed out that I
Gap to
wasn't
Lucas in front is
exactly
now
feeling great
1.75.
about the new UI. iRacing took a lot of people's feedback and made adjustments on it. I remember they said you can adjust your Delta bar to small, medium, or large, and it will now default to medium. And that's where it's at for me right now. I haven't changed any of it, and it looks pretty good to me. So I guess I'm happy with that. I feel like it's just fine, which is great, you know? Credit to iRacing, they listened to a lot of what people were saying.
My bad, I was trying to check up for you there.
Thankfully, a lot of what I was saying was a lot of what everybody else was saying, so my concerns were addressed. Now I'm starting to lose on the one now, and that's making me wonder if I should pit around lap 30. I feel like I started trying to do some stuff and it only made me worse. What if we try the high line?
The gap to P3 behind is now 1.8.
It's always a little bit tough when you first switch over to a different lane because you don't know how much the tires are going to like it or not like it. Kind of just feeling for the grip at first blush. Interestingly, 3 and 4 seem to work a lot better than 1 and 2, but I feel like I just missed my marks in 1 and 2, so let's try that again. I don't know, it's almost like it seems the opposite of what I felt in qualifying. High side in 3 and 4 feeling a little bit better. The low side of 1 and 2 being the better choice.
Okay, Colton, half distance. We think about 8 laps remaining on this tank.
We'll see how it compares here once we switch back to the bottom in 1 and 2. We won't have the run out. That's pretty equal. Let's try bottom again in 3 and 4.
We're halfway in.
Yeah, I think I really do like the high line. in 3 and 4.
That last lap was a
We'll go ahead and, because it's so
41.64,
equal in
lap
1 and
time's
2,
pretty
just move
consistent.
back to the bottom.
The gap to P3 behind is now 1.72.
Experimenting has lost us a little bit, unfortunately. But I did want to try to find some stuff before we pit. This will be good to know later as well. Like later I'll now know that maybe we can make something happen in on the high line of 3 and 4. Probably don't want to bother with it in 1 and 2. Without really noticing, the halfway point kind of came and went. The one has still not yet decided to come to pit road. Really wants to slide out of 4. I think we go a little bit longer and come down pit road. The 4 has been catching us, I think because of my experimentation here.
You have about 5 laps of fuel left.
5 laps of fuel left. I think we gotta come in and pit here. We ended up hurting our long run tires, I think, just by trying all these different things. In the end, I think the bottom lane is where you want to be in general, just to save your tires the best.
The gap to P3
So we are
behind
pitting.
is now 1.41.
He's not. So we will.
Pit lane speed limit is
All right.
55 miles
A little
per hour.
aggressive with it, but no penalty.
We'll fuel you to the end of the race.
Make sure
To
everything
clear track
is
on exit. When
how
we
we
exit
want
the
it.
pits, we should be in P9. A
Want
few
maximum
seconds ahead of
fuel for rotation.
Pit box in 10,
All tires. Okay.
5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
All right, got it stopped. 56, 57. That's actually not too bad. We were pretty equal there.
56%. Front left.
But I think we just
79%.
wasted so much time. We didn't need to go quite as easy, I guess,
Go, go, go!
early on.
There's a
Be
car
mindful,
behind. Take
you only
care,
have one
rejoin
set
him.
of tyres remaining.
There goes the leader. He is not yet pit. Gonna have at least 2 lap pressure tires at this point. We're
Outside.
currently in the lucky dog position.
Clear high.
Get a little bit of draft off of this 4. Anybody pitting yet?
You got the bottom one.
Car outside.
P6.
Bottom.
Still there. Clear.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate the call out, letting us know he's giving the bottom. See if we could undercut our way into, maybe cut into that gap a little bit. And the car almost feels tighter with fresh tires. That's kind of crazy. Would be nice to get our lap back naturally here.
Steinberg
The car in front
ahead
is
is
pitting.
pitting.
Car in front is pitting. I mean the P5 guy, I guess. Don't know if the strategy is to go long or anything. There goes the leader. He's pitting now. So he'll have a couple laps fresher tires. I don't know if we'll have gained enough to
We're quickest at the moment.
overtake him though. And obviously we're not going to catch a guy that's got fresher tires and better pace. Or at least has had better pace this whole time compared to us. But at least we're back on the lead lap, so if there's a yellow right now, not the end of the world. Alright, he's still on pit road.
You're in fifth.
Just now leaving.
Was at 40.49.
We're going to get a little bit of a gap on him. But he will have 4 lap fresher tires. He's going to catch us quick. That 2-second gap we're going to have is going to go away in a jiffy.
Just in front.
But we'll see what we can do. At least we'll
The lead is pitting now.
maybe lead a lap or two, depending on how this cycles.
You're back in second.
We're setting the pace.
Feels like we had a pretty good pit stop, though, to be able to overtake him. I know we had the undercut a little bit, but I feel like I got in and out of there decently enough. I think I definitely can stand to push a little bit harder in 3 and 4 this run. It feels like the car yaws out a little bit more over there.
You're in first.
We gained a ton on
Consistent.
Sorry, if you blink for a second.
on the number 4. He put the same lap as the number 1, and yet we gained a ton on him. So that makes me feel pretty good about how our pit stop went. I was paying attention to the gaps and not hitting my marks there, so I lost some time. Should probably do less of that. I think the one's definitely going to come catch us. We'll see how long we can hold them off, though.
You've just done a 41.
And maybe we get ourselves a nicely timed caution, you never know. Get some track position. See what we can do on a short sprint to the end. If it comes to that, we do have another set of tires in the pits waiting for us.
The car in front is 2 laps behind.
Yeah, he's gaining pretty quick. I think he's probably gonna reach us about lap 48, maybe.
You've just done a
Seems about right.
40.81.
Maybe sooner than that if I don't hit my marks right.
You're in the lead.
Which I don't think I did that time, so probably sooner than that. We'll give him a hard time, though. See if we can't run the high line 3 and 4, if there's anything to it up there. Maybe 1 and 2 if we have to.
That was a 40.87. V2 is getting closer. The gap is now 0.86.
Yeah, he's gaining quick. Draft isn't as big anymore, but maybe I'll try to shake him off a little bit. At least I don't think it's as big anymore. I haven't really had much of a chance to test it out, but in the little bit of time I had behind the 11 car earlier and such, it did seem like it wasn't quite as dramatic. I don't have the pace to hold him off. About lap 47 right now. He's getting the draft. About half a second behind.
Good consistency.
Oh, he's actually going to the high side 1 and 2. I'm curious how that works for him. Maybe it works better on rippier tires. Yeah, he's got quite the run he's coming with right now. He is here on lap 48, so pretty good prediction at least on my part. I can have that win. Guess I don't think I'm getting this one, but we will mirror drive a little bit. Take the high line, 1 and 2. He's gonna have better tire grip though. Cut down.
Inside.
He's gonna be able to clear us just fine.
Stay high. Clear.
Yeah, he's got so much more grip. I'd like to give him a little bit of a hard time and try to cross him over, but we're not even going to get there.
The leader.
He chooses the bottom as well here. Well, I was hoping I could give you a little bit more of a hard time than that. He's off, and off to the races here. We'll see if we can't try some crazy stuff. Run up high. Four lap pressure tire though. Bike broke for some reason. That's alright. No one needs to pay attention to my stupid comments anyway. He's off to win it. Hopefully we'll be able to hold on to P2, because that number 4 is only 5 seconds back.
The gap to P1 ahead is increasing. It's now 0.90.
Yeah, he's gaining quick, that number 4. I better make sure I'm hitting my marks and see if I can't at least finish where my car number says I'm supposed to. I think that 16 up there is having some issues. I didn't see exactly what happened, but I saw a little bit of wiggling and then he was on the apron next time I glanced over.
P2, you've just done a 41.37.
I don't know what lap traffic might bring. That's always a thing.
Okay, Colton, that's good consistency. Keep it up.
I think we can probably hold on to P2 as long as we don't make any major mistakes. Hit a couple of decent laps there, but he's just driving away.
The gap to P1 ahead is increasing. It's now 1.6.
I don't think the high line's much of a thing. As much as I want it to be, because I love running the high line, I don't think that's where you want to be. You might be able to get 1 or 2 laps decently fast up there, but I think the amount you hurt your right front doing it is just not even worth it. Because you can make pretty good time down on the bottom. You get so much more rotation down there, it feels like. Have to make sure we're careful getting around the 16. He's weaving a whole lot down the straightaway. He's wiggling like he's running out of fuel or something. I don't think that's what's happening, though. We'll use his draft. Hopefully that'll help us out a little bit.
That lap time was
Got 6 laps to go.
41.42.
3.5 seconds back to P3. Still looking okay in that regard.
The gap to Lucas
Where's this
ahead is
guy?
increasing.
Okay.
It's now 2.4. You've used half
It's a
your
good
fuel.
test of the new draft. I feel like I would be absolutely rocketing right now in the past, so I think we're doing a little bit better on the draft, which is great news. Five laps to go, 3 seconds back.
Podium is looking good. Outside.
Keep driving a little extra careful because I'm not sure where that guy's going to be. It almost looked like he backed off for me there, so if that's the case, I appreciate him for that. Don't think I regret my decision there. It seems like the meta was going as long as possible, because that's both what the leader and the 4 did, and I think the 4 is going to end up a little bit better, a little bit closer to us than he would have been otherwise. So I think it was the best option to go long, but I don't regret it because I think being able to undercut and get out in front for a little bit was beneficial. 4 might have just got slowed down by the lap car. That's going to help our chances.
I got some damage. You got it though. Don't worry about you.
Lucas, car number 1, is now in the lead. That lap time was
We got 3 laps to go, 2
1.60.
seconds back to the 4. He's pretty close though. I'm starting to get a little worried about P2. I used up my right front pretty bad this run. Trying to do a couple different things. Pushed a little bit harder and I think it just made me worse. Can't quite figure out how exactly the 1 had all that pace and still kept his tires on it. I'm thinking maybe the trick is to drive 1 and 2 like I did that first run, taking it pretty easy, but then maybe pushing a little bit harder in 3 and 4 because it feels like you can get
2 laps to go.
better
Here we go.
rotation in 3 and 4, and you can kind of afford to push it a little bit harder. Maybe that's what I'm learning here. But we're coming to the white flag. Hopefully we get it. I would hate to have our first and only yellow of the race happen right before the end. That's always very deflating. But it's looking like the 1 car is getting there. Yes, sir. All right, let's finish this thing out. Just didn't quite have what he had up there.
Will be on the podium.
Seemed like he had a really good understanding of what he needed to do, and he did it pretty much flawlessly. I'm getting loose in the middle of 1 and 2. That was like a new feeling all the way on the last lap.
Good one, Lucas.
He's not there yet. Don't give it to him yet. Maybe I'm going to Ross Chastain it. Or on the outside wall, you never know. Yeah, good race, man. Good win. Alright. Didn't quite have it for him, but we were at least able to get P2.
Qualified.
Good job. Very good job.
And we had a great race. Caution free. That was pretty awesome.
Well, it's a shame I wasn't up there with you boys. Good win.
Yeah, better luck next time, man. That always really sucks when you lose connection like that.
Good race, y'all. Winner, Lucas.
Really stings for the 11. He was in P2 when he lost out. That would have been another thing that prevented us from
My first
P2.
race on the updates, I'm like, well, was something wrong? Like, what the hell?
Hopefully he's able to get that all figured out. What was our final set? Wow, look at that. 69 on the right rear. 70 to 69. It did not feel that way at all. It felt really tight. And yet it was on the right rear. Huh. I really don't know what to make of that. Maybe that second run I did have a better approach. It was just I needed to stay out longer that first run. And going long is really just the absolute best thing you can do. Or maybe both my tires were cooked. I don't know. I'm a little bit perplexed by that. I really expected my right front to be worse that run after pushing a little bit harder. That's not what it says. Really interesting. I really don't know exactly what
That's the end of
the best thing to do for my tires was. But, I mean, hey, it was a pretty darn good race. If it weren't for the one, we would have had a win on our hands. So I guess it's all relative. This was a 2.9K strength of field, like, nothing to sneeze at. We were the 2 car, but, I mean, able to hold off the 4. He's a 4,000 iRating guy. 3 cars, a 4,300 iRating guy, finishing P5. So, I mean, we had a pretty darn good race. It's just the one was on another level here that we couldn't quite keep up with. And wanted to try to hold him off a little bit there, but he powered past us with those 4-lap fresher tires. Because even though it's 4 laps, it's 8 miles. So it's a lot of wear when you're going around here at 200 miles an hour. So, all right, we will look at the incidents now. What am I? Hello? How do I? Hello? Figure out how to do this. Laps. There we go. Get that all ready. Kind of stunk on the start, but paranoid about spinning my tires in this car. Get everything ready, okay, and we'll see what happened out here. Wasn't too much. I know we had the one guy that apparently spun at one point. Here's lap 2, the 8 getting loose. That was almost disaster. Looks like they're able to hold on to it for the most part, though. Oh, that's a whole hornet's nest. Oh, and then he gets the safer bearing, or launches him off. He was already in the wall, kind of right here, probably looking at a near 4 wide and trying to give him a bunch of room, and he just gets sucked into that wall. Everyone did a pretty good job of avoiding for the most part. This is all still lap 4 and earlier as well. Lots going on early, I guess, while everyone's near each other. That was just a wall hit. 7 running the high line early. Oh, and getting loose. Takes a bite out of the wall. That probably broke his car. Yeah, he ends up a lap down at the end of this thing. P12. I think he must have broken that thing, because that was a pretty solid hit. Here's what happened to the 5. That's a good looking car. Motorcraft Rent-A-Center. Oh, just steps out on him on exit. And then the 11. This was after he already blinked out and came back. Yeah, that just broke loose on the 5. Looked like maybe could have used a little bit more counter steer to help prevent that thing from pitching so much, but it reaches a point where it kind of overflows. Ooh, big hit on the safer barrier there on entry. The 16 looked like he just had a bad angle entering the corner for running the high line, and it didn't turn how he needed it to. Then they're trying to get it fixed. You see a lot of guys weaving on the straightaways. I guess it's just kind of losing control of it. Here's a pit stop, I think. 3 car. He's slowing down real early. I think he probably lost a lot of time right there. Looked like he was a little bit gentle on the entry, but no mistakes. That's the 12 in the wall just a little bit. Looks like he's going to go get it again, maybe. Nope, don't know what showed that. Then the 1, did he actually hit the wall at any point, or did he just get close? Just got close. Either that or that was just tires. He was from the Netherlands, so that might have contributed to some of those times it looked like he hit the wall, but in reality didn't. 16. I think he did that once before already with the safer barrier. Oh, no. Oh, this is after... No, this is not after. The 11. I was going to say, it kind of looked like he was just messing around afterward, but no, he gets it, and then it spins to the inside. That's probably him being frustrated, whipping the car back and forth. Appreciate him for not just parking it on the track or anything, though. Ran out of yellow. Keeping it going. I know that he had to be very frustrated at this point, blinking out, and then now it's still just not going well for him. 9 loose, wobbles into the wall, keeps it going. Just another not so great angle into the corner to run the high line. There's a little bit better. Feels like it's his tires wearing out this time. And then we jump all the way to the end where the 1 celebrates his dominant victory. We led a couple laps through the pit cycle, but he had it all the way. Felt like my only chance really was try to undercut him, and then maybe if it were tough to pass, hold him off or something, but that was not really the case. He had it all the way. Fresher tires blew past me. And we'll settle for a P2, but it's a strong P2. I'm really happy with that finish. And we'll check out the race results page here in a second. Definitely a better finish than ARCA. We get to actually, well, finish the race this time, which is usually crucial to actually having a good result. So here's your race results page. We get 39 I rating back from the 90 or so we lost in ARCA. Get that safety rating back up a little bit with our 0x and 162 championship points to start the season off. Don't know if I'm going to end up running every week, but you never know. Be fun to see how high we could finish in the championship standings, I guess. Finished 8th in the ARCA standings last season without really paying attention to it, so that was kind of neat. And, you know, I usually skip, like, the super speedways and stuff, so we'll see if we can't get a good finish in it. It's always kind of fun just to see where we run, but here's the rest of your results. And just not quite up to the number 1, but still a good run. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed some Auto Club and the Gen 4. Pretty fun race, pretty fun track to drive. So hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.